Okay, Indonesia governments right now successfully launched local sovereign wealth fund to support infrastructures in Indonesia. What do you think about this?
It's an excellent idea, a great idea. It's actually the Indonesian Investment Authority, right? So I think the idea is to partner other global investors to fund the infrastructure investment in Indonesia. As we all know, the pandemic has been very costly and has used up a lot of fiscal space for many countries, and many countries had to, temporarily halt the investment program. But going forward, we need to restart the investment again. So I think there's a lot of concern about where the funding is going to come from. And in the case of Indonesia, establishing this sovereign wealth fund or the investment authority and partnering other global investors is a way to crowd in funding from abroad. And already, I think several countries have expressed interest: the UAE, the US, Japanese SoftBank, I think. So that's a great, because I think over time there'll be more other investors who also be similarly interested, and that would help to fund the investment program in Indonesia, which is very important in order to get the economy back up and also on a higher growth path.
Okay, and then how long will it take for economic in Southeast Asia, maybe in Indonesia, to recover? Can you describe to us the worst and the best scenario?
We expect a very strong recovery for the region this year, and this will be led by China, because China is, as you know, almost fully recovered by the end of last year, and we expect it to grow strongly by over 8% this year. The rest of the region will also have a V-shaped recovery, but the strength of the recovery will depend on country, country by country. As I mentioned a few of the factors earlier, one, it depends on the success with which they manage to contain the infection rate. So that's an important factor. The other is the speed with which they roll out the vaccination so that they can achieve herd immunity as quickly as possible. And the third is the support that they continue to provide to the economy. So the best scenario is, you achieve herd immunity by the end of the year, and then you're able to open up more fully, and at the same time, you provide the necessary support so the economy can bounce back up again. In the worst of cases, you have problems in terms of rolling out the vaccination. There's a resurgence of infection, and then you have the lockdown again. And then on top of that, maybe an escalation in the U.S.-China trade tension, which can lead to weakening of export demand. So that's the worst case scenario, which I think is a low probability at this point in time. We expect that the baseline scenario to be somewhere in between, but more on the best case side, because we think that Indonesia has been very proactive in terms of the vaccination program, in terms of supporting the economy, and also in terms of containing the infection rate.